Hi, this is Cargo Film Presents, where we discuss documentary film and documentary films from the Cargo catalog that you can watch on TV channels and streaming platforms around the world and on transactional platforms like iTunes, Amazon, and Vimeo. My name is Dave, and I'm joined by my colleague Dan. And today we'll be talking about the film Becoming Who I Was, that premiered at the Berlin Film Festival in 2017 and is a winner of over 20 international film festival awards.
So yeah, Becoming Who I Was, as Dave said, is award-winning documentary. It's about a young boy who's believed to be a Rinpoche. And if you're not familiar with that, it's a Buddhist concept. Essentially, they believe that their religious leaders are reincarnated. So this boy is believed to be the reincarnation of a spiritual monk. And the film revolves around this young boy in a remote village in India, and his relationship with his godfather, who becomes his caretaker and guardian as the boy seeks to return to his monastery, and I suppose his rightful place.
Right. And, on the surface of it, when I first read the synopsis of this film, I didn't think I would be interested in wanting to watch it. But, as soon as I put it on, you couldn't have cast a better, subject if you were to represent this, a boy struggling with the idea of being the reincarnation of a great Tibetan monk, and then taking this epic journey with his uncle or godfather. I'm never quite sure what it is, and to Tibet from the mountains of India, in order to find a monastery that will host them and treat them like the great leader that he is purported to be.
Yeah, same here. On the surface, I mean, I think it's both a remote place and maybe a remote topic, being about Buddhism and taking place in India and eventually Tibet. But I think some of the central themes are to the film are pretty universal, no matter who you are or where you live. And I think at some point we described it as a kind of road trip, epic sort of road trip film, as the boy and his godfather uncle take this journey. And
Mhm.
that's kind of the second part of the movie, right, where things start to really soar as they leave this very remote, almost sort of insular village. I mean, the young boy has never seen the city before. He's never really seen cars or sort of industrial civilization. So it's kind of a fascinating journey as they take together, and also a journey, right, about survival. I mean, they don't have phones or all kind of modern conveniences of GPS to get them to where they need to go. So there is a real sense of danger and peril throughout their journey.
Yeah, absolutely. And the ultimately for me, it is this really tender, loving relationship between the boy and his godfather slash uncle, who will do anything for this boy to have him take his rightful place in this monastery. And the to speak to some of the technical elements of the film. The photography is beautiful. Some of the images are just outstanding, and it is filmed over. I believe it's filmed over 7 years or something like that. So you also witness how how this boy is growing into this role, and so desperately wants to fulfill what he believes is his destiny. And it's a touching film. It's great for the whole family, and and tells a really surprisingly great story that many people, as you say, with these universal themes will enjoy.
Yeah, really, I mean, some people might find it, you might think corny or sentimental on the surface, but I think, when you watch the young boy and his teacher and his uncle together, the sacrifice and the devotion that the uncle has is just, it's just really incredibly moving. I mean, the boy does, he is seeking to return to his rightful place, and become who he was. At the same time, I mean, I think what he really learns and discovers is his uncle's sacrifice for him, and to witness that, I think is pretty extraordinary. In a time when we find ourselves being maybe a bit more cynical about relationships, or those kind of themes of sacrifice for others or our families. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this one for your family.
Yeah, absolutely. So and now the clip.
잠시간 배송전에 강중은 조전 이렇게 다음에 대해서 젊어서인데
다이 천노라 와이나 다카도 와낙타라
나타라 아바 된둘에 대미 젊어자는 만들 게 되는 바 대용 값아 하래 그런데
아우레
할래
그래라 몇개나 나 이공년 제메라
연재미라
년제메라
대가제 피주지
아우레 셀라 내가 또통
어이 나 대가제 피주고 싶어라
아우저
예 피면 요만이